Hi, I mentioned in a previous video on time the difference between true and false times. And what I was saying essentially was that if you can carry out an action without having to step, without the action of your hand being tied to the action of your foot, it was true. And if the action of your hand was tied to the action of your foot, it was false. What we're going to do is we're going to look at that concept and expand on it slightly. Silver tells us there are 4 true times. The time of the hand of the hand and body, the time of the hand, body and foot, and the time of the hand, body and feet. Now, at first glance, it appears that what he's saying is that there are 4 different ranges, and those are true times. It looks like what he's saying is time of the hand and body, time of the hand, body and foot, time of the hand, body and feet. And that's what's commonly taken as Silver's meaning. However, I'd like to suggest that that isn't the case with Silver. And if we look closely at the manuscripts, the answers are all in there. And stick with the videos, keep watching them, all this will become clear. I can't do the whole system in one video, but what we're going to look at in this particular video is why it is we have 4 different true times if the only thing that matters is that our action is not tied to our foot. So we're in the place for our cut, so it's a true time. So why then have we got 4 different true times? And when you think about it, it's incredibly simple. This is fast, okay? This is slow. One is fast enough to be safe. My opponent cannot see it. The action of the hand is faster than the eye. So if we're in distance, I can put out an attack and I can hit my opponent faster than he's able to react and defend. Or, if he's putting in a false time attack, which is therefore slow, it's tied to the speed of his foot, I can defend using a true time. This is all absolutely fine. True times, faster than false times. Brilliant. Nice and simple. But again, why are there 4? The fact is that every individual action of the sword or the weapon, be it a quarterstaff or a fist, has a time appended to it. So if my goal is to block an incoming cut and then counter-cut at my opponent, that's 2 different actions of the sword. One is a block, however we want to do that block. The second is a counter-cut. So each one needs its time. And for it to be true, we must be in the place for that particular action. You remember when we talked about place, we said that place is very specific to the action in question. So, that's why we've got 4 different true times. Because what we're doing, any true time, we can do in time of the hand. T1, true 1. Right? It doesn't matter. But what we're not doing, if we simply block, or we simply cut, or thrust, what we're not doing is setting up the next action. And this is why we have 4 different true times. So it could well be that I block, and you'll see at that point what I've done is I've blocked in a true go-down position, an incoming cut, and as I've done so, I've stepped around. Now I could have blocked without moving, time of the hand. I could have blocked and went round, time of the hand and body. I could have blocked and stepped offline, time of the hand, body and foot. Or I could have blocked and stepped around, time of the hand, body and feet. But what I've done, if you're attacking me, by coming this way, is I've changed this line of attack. You were attacking me down this line, I've come off this line, and I've now got an intersecting line from which I can put a cut to your hand. So what I've done is I've selected my time appropriately, I've used my judgment, I've stayed out of distance, I've waited until you gained me the place for my initial action by your coming in, and I've used a true time defense. And in doing all of that, I've set up exactly the same cycle again. I've maintained the place for my counter cut, and I'm able to do that using a true time. So that's why we have 4 different true times. Time of the hand, time of the hand of the body, time of the hand of the foot, time of the hand of the feet. All using the same cut, the same true time action, but we are moving around that cut in a very different way in order to set up the next attack. And please remember, this is a dynamic system of sword fighting. This is not simply, you do this, I'll do this, brilliant, we're finished. That's not what we're looking for. What we're looking for is a system of biomechanical constants that remain in place throughout the fight, and our knowledge of these constants enable us to manipulate the situation to our advantage. And what that is one of the 4 governors, and we'll come on to them later on. But for now, that's why we have 4 different true times. That's how true times chain together to be able to create moves, if you like. And now we've got this, what I can do is I can start putting up some of the videos of the 2-person drills, and we can break them down and analyse them using our knowledge of the 4 principal grounds.